We've got this from Newsweek. Trump is going to announce aliens are real. Newsweek, I love this. You know, it's a slow news day. Newsweek ran this as their second lead article. Trump UFO announcement rumors persist online, what we know. And I'm going to stress this. Instead of starting off the article with, there is no evidence to suggest this is true, this is an online rumor with no basis, they started by saying, rumors that President Donald Trump is planning a major speech about unidentified flying objects has been growing online since claims published in early February suggested a major revelation may be imminent. Mark Christopher Lee, a British writer, filmmaker, and ufologist, said in a Monday email in part to Newsweek, quote, a Washington insider I have known personally and conducted business with has repeatedly affirmed that President Trump has prepared a historic speech acknowledging extraterrestrial visitation and the existence of recovered non-human materials and craft. Newsweek has not verified the claims. So here's the trick. The way they format their news articles makes you get all excited and hot and bothered. And then you got to scroll way down to where it says well, it's probably not true. The unnamed source is saying this and this. There's no evidence to this. There's no evidence of a planned speech, all at the bottom of the article. But hold on. This story has persisted for some time. Take a look at this from TMZ. Trump knows about extraterrestrial life forms, says the Age of Disclosure director, November 2025. Obama, being jealous, says aliens are real. You guys saw this. Washington Post reporting aliens are real, Obama says, as Washington shrugs. The former president appeared to confirm decades-old conspiracy theories, but then he walked back his podcast comments. Here's the funniest thing. A former president of the United States went on a big podcast and said aliens are real, and no one cared. No one cared. This is the test, the trial balloon, to where now they actually could announce aliens are real, and people will be like, yeah, we get it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, this has been something that's been brewing for a couple of years now, right? Like ever since they stopped calling them UFOs and started calling them UAPs, there were people that were saying, well, that there are UAPs, and the government saying, but they are our UAPs, and can we just get to the real story already? Can we the real conspiracy?
What?
You know why Obama said on that show that aliens are real, right?
He wanted to get good odds on the Kalshi betting markets?
No.
Truth maxing?
No. It's because the cabal deep state called him up before the show and said, this Epstein stuff is really bad. Please say something to distract people from it.
It's annoying that you're being sarcastic, but it
I'm
probably
not.
is. Oh, yeah,
I'm not
it
being
probably
sarcastic.
is. Okay, good. I mean, they're going to roll out the fake alien invasion when they need it the most, and they probably do feel a lot of heat right now.
I mean, I would love to hear the justification. I would love to know the information that they say, hey, we're going to announce that there are aliens. I would love to hear how they got here, because as of right now, all the science that we know says that you can't travel faster than the speed of light. So I would love to see.
Well, if they did exist, they'd have to live in the ocean.
That wouldn't make them aliens.
That's what they say. They'll
Why?
come out from the inner Earth if they're aliens. They live in a different part of the Earth than us.
Have you seen that movie with who's that chick with the weird mouth? Emma Stone.
Okay.
Weird mouth.
Yeah, she talks like this, her mouth is kind of weird. She did that movie. It's actually really funny, where this right-wing conspiracy nut kidnaps her, him and his buddy, because they think she's an alien. You didn't see that?
No, I heard
yes.
it came
It's
out.
a
I heard
recent
it's
movie.
good. I haven't seen it. I actually heard it's really good.
Should I not spoil it then?
No, I think you.
No,
can.
nobody
I
gives
think
a-
I understand it how it is. Yeah.
So it's really funny because the bulk of the movie, you're just this wackaloon conspiracy guy is nuts. He's like, you're an alien and I cut your hair off so you can't communicate with the aliens, and I've covered you in an antihistamine cream. And she's like, what? Because she's the CEO of a chemical company. And then only in the last 5 minutes does she escapes the guy, he gets killed, the police come and they're like, thank God you're okay. Then she jumps out of the ambulance, runs into her office, into her weird secret, I don't want to reveal too much, and then transports to outer space where Earth is flat and with a firmament. And she's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't communicate. They'd taken my hair. And then
taken my hair.
And then she's like, it's time to end the Earth. And then she pops the firmament, and then all the humans just die.
Very morbid end.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Because I kind of thought it was going to be this we get it, right-wing wackaloons are nuts, and it was just going to be making fun of Trump and the right or something. But then it turns out the guy was right the whole time and actually was capturing aliens. I thought it was funny.
It's a nice twist.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it was kind of obvious it was going to go one way or the other.
I mean, that is why conspiracies exist. I mean, like you did say, like people can misinterpret information and kind of, fib some, exaggerate. But there's always it's always based in some sort of truth somewhere. There's some sort of evidence, or else just people wouldn't believe it at all. So,
what do you mean some sort of evidence, though?
Like there's past people that have eaten people, like Jimmy Savile. There are cannibals. So like the idea
There has to be a morsel
there
of
has to be
truth.
there has to be something truthful.
So when it comes to the
Nobody
Epstein
would.
files,
The conspiracy theorists.
Like how about this? If I said that the Earth was actually a bowl, it was actually a bowl, not flat, no ice wall. It's actually lightly curved convex, and that holds all the water in, and it's very slight. It's very slight. And sometimes there's tsunamis because if the bowl tilts, the water rushes over. No, like you might get some people to believe something like that, but the reason why that's not a prominent conspiracy theory is that flat Earth actually has some prehistory.
Yeah.
That is, the Bible describes the firmament and the upper oceans and things like this. And so you start with the basic truth of you experience the Earth as if it were flat, as far as you know. Then you can start to guide people a certain direction and trick them and then wrap them up in crazier and crazier lies.
I think that's fair. But what I'm saying is, to my exact point, there is some truth to that Epstein was doing weird stuff with kids, with
100%.
prime ministers of countries. So I mean,
He went to jail for it.
Yeah.
And so what we know is, I mean, come on. You got a guy who we have women who are like, yes, literally, he was hiring us as underage girls. You know how the story broke, right? How they actually, how he actually got prosecuted.
when he was first arrested.
2 underage girls, like high school girls, got into a fight. And then after the fight broke out, they searched the girls and found a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
And they said, "Where'd you get this money?" And she was like, "I got paid by some guy." To, you know what I'm saying?
It's a Netflix documentary I saw.
Is that how they yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah, the kid had like $500, and the mom's like, "How do you have $500?" And she just told her mom, and then her mom went to the cops.
Yep. And then Epstein got caught. Now, you think that was the only time he ever did it?
Of course not.
Right.
No.
And right. So anyway, more to the point is, do you think he was being directed by aliens to do it?
Well, he might have thought they were aliens because, there's Aleister Crowley. Some of these people, they do practice satanic rituals.
Do you know?
It doesn't mean alien, though.
Do you know?
Well, I mean, you could argue like they're demons, that they're...
Alex,
Yes.
do you know about the Anunnaki?
Of course, they created the Earth, dude.
Why did they create the Earth?
They were making human hybrids, and they actually created the white race.
Why? Why were they making the hybrids?
What's the leader's name again? What was it? Yaqub?
No, that's not Anunnaki. You're wrong.
Okay. Well,
You're talking about Black Hebrew nationalism or Israel.
Black
Israel's-
Hebrew Israelites, maybe.
Yeah. So the
Cyan one,
Anunnaki
and Black Hebrew
live on a planet Nibiru,
Oh.
and it has an elliptical orbit with the sun of 2,500 years, which means for a short period it travels around our sun and it gets warm. But after it leaves, it starts getting colder, and for 2,000 years, it's going to be very, very cold. So the intelligent alien race, the Anunnaki, use gold particles in their atmosphere to create a greenhouse effect to reflect heat back in. So what they did was, when they came around into the solar system and saw Earth, they started creating a hybrid slave race so that they would mine gold for them and value it so that the Anunnaki could use the gold. Unfortunately, the first slave race they created was too smart and understood the nature of the universe, and so rejected the rule of the slaves and said no. So the Anunnaki said, we need to make a stupider race. Smart enough to do any task, but not smart enough to understand the nature of reality.
Okay.
And then they created humans. And then the humans were like, gold is good, and gold and silver we love. And that's one of the conspiracy theories about what the aliens are. And the funny thing is, in the past, like 15 or 20 years, the people who believe this particular theory, and I'm sure there's like a million different versions of the same theory, argued that we were entering the next era when Nibiru would return and they would come back and start controlling the politics of the earth so that they could start taking all of our gold. And then the best part about this is it's far-fetched lunacy nonsense, but you can jigsaw puzzle piece it together to make it make sense, like all the gold in Fort Knox is presumed to be missing around the time,
There's your kernel of truth.
Exactly.
Well, is it missing? Do they admit that it's all missing?
Well, there's a conspiracy
I
theory
know that's a
missing.
conspiracy, but
But then you mix all the conspiracies together, and there you go.
The guy in charge of the Anunnaki's name was Marduk.
Well, there you go, Marduk.
He assigns the
Marduk.
Anunnaki their position,
I-
and There's a metal band called Marduk now. A black metal band.
But Yakub was real. Like what you
That's
said
black
is not real.
people.
Yeah, or whatever that is.
He was a black guy who created white people to be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, dude.
The white people, if you would argue, they are the most evil, though. I mean, because
Why is that?
well, they're the smartest, so they can do the most tricks, you know. And
What does that mean? I don't know, bro. I got to be honest. Have you ever gone skiing?
yeah, I have gone skiing. It's
And
all-
like
it's
people
all white
put
people.
thousands of dollars in ski equipment, they just put it on the ground and walk away, and then come back an hour later.
It's because it's all white people that go.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, but
Well, I don't know that it's because they're all white people, but this culture is high trust. There
Well,
was
Saudi Arabia is like that. You can just leave your wallet, and it'll.
that's because they'll chop your hands off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who went to, I think it was like the Emirates or whatever, and there was a jewelry store where the guy walked outside of his store and he lined gold necklaces in front of the store. And she was like, "Aren't you scared that someone might steal them?" And he goes, "No, they'll get their hands chopped off." So it's like, I don't got to worry about
Yeah, like the gold stores don't have to have like armed
ju-
security there and stuff.
The
Exactly.
justice system there isn't the same kind of long, drawn out process
There was,
as here in the U.S. either.
There was a viral video. It went viral because it was like 3 black dudes who went to a ski resort and stole like a ton of ski gear. Because, like, I got to be honest. Apparently, this story happens quite a bit.
Do they move it or was
Wait,
it?
keep going
Bro,
with
you
the
can
story.
easily
This
move it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Post it on Craigslist. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Ski gear. And it's just like, no, you know. But there are tons of stories where someone grabbed the wrong ski gear. And then you come out and you're like, "Where's my board?" And someone comes like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I grabbed the wrong, like, your board, my board, like, looks identical. I didn't even notice." I almost grabbed the wrong skis because I had rentals. And there's a bunch of, like, similar brands used by the rentals. And I'm like, "Oh, wait, that wasn't mine." And so the thing about ski resorts is, especially the right ski resort, everybody's rich. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Super wealthy.
It's a rich man's game. I mean, there are like ways to do it, you know, I guess with value where it doesn't cost your family. You buy like a ski pass, but you almost have to live there. You have to almost be a local for it to not.
Well, I
be
mean,
super
like
expensive.
if you live in like New England, there's a couple of mountains you can go to. You can go to Vermont and stuff, but it's still like a couple $100 for a.
It's
lift pass
expensive. It's a
and
rich
your
man's. It's
gear
like
is
golf
expensive.
in a way, you know.
Is golf?
I mean, it's like golf. You know, golf's an expensive sport. It's
what
similar
is
to that. So
what the golf clubs cost?
those get stolen too.
They do.
A few hundred, even for like a used pair.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get the whole set, right?
Yeah.
Stein, to pivot a little bit though, is there anything that's a little just bit too far out for you, where you're just like, actually, nah, that's BS. Maybe the Earth
Charlie
isn't
Kirk's
flat.
a time traveler. That's not true.
He's not a time
he
traveler.
did text that, but I.
Oh, but on Charlie Kirk, is Erica Kirk responsible for anything?
No.
No, that's like 101 conspiracy theory now. They do
Yeah, no,
nowadays.
she
Though.
didn't know
Haven't you
or
seen the
have
videos though? And
She had nothing to do with her husband's death. No way. But this is the bad part. Charlie faced immense criticism being the leader of Turning Point. They made cartoons about him, so she's going to have to face intense criticism.
what do you think of everybody saying that she's in on it? And like that's a mainstream thing to say nowadays.
I disagree with that, but you know, at the exact same time, I am a free speech absolutist, so I'm not going to be like that.
Why do you
person
think
should be
so
kicked off.
many people believe that, or are willing to spew it? I don't even know if they actually believe it. I think they're just trying to throw dirt in her face. But
Attention.
No,
Is that
I
what
don't-
you
I
think,
don't know
Alex?
I don't know if it's just attention because I think that a lot of people, it's just like with the Epstein files and the similar fact that we want more transparency. And so until the government gives more transparency, people are going to come up with their own conclusions.
Well,
that
I mean,
sound
I mean,
most-
Didn't
I
you see the
understand that,
evidence
but at
from
the same
Candace?
time, like the
I haven't
more
seen that much
transparency.
evidence from
Yeah,
Candace.
but the more transparency thing, they were making these accusations like days after, like a week after Charlie was killed. So it's like you don't get any kind of resolution within a week after it happened.
And this goes back to royal times. Like that would always happen. Like when a king would die, they thought it was like a woman trying to take. This is kind of like it just happens. You know, that's kind of the story that they're going to tell, and a lot of people are going to believe it, and some people are obviously not going to believe it. And I don't think Erica had anything to do with her husband.
I'm struggling to figure out like how you decide when something's like definitely true and definitely not, because I feel like the Erica Kirk
Maybe
stuff
because
would be
I'm
right up your alley. For example, like they would say, "Oh, the person in the crowd who yelled that I did it, even though that they weren't
They
the
said
actual
Charlie
shooter."
faked his death. Charlie would never fake his death. I mean, I wasn't best friends with Charlie, but the idea of him faking his death was just ludicrous. He would never do that. He's not dishonest. So, yeah. So I don't.
Well, I mean,
believe
I
that.
don't see what the benefit would be for Charlie faking.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, because then it makes it way.
but there's people on the internet that are saying that. And I'm
Makes
just
it
like,
way more difficult for him to see his family.
Faked it? No, they're saying that Erica's responsible for it.
I've
That's
heard
like
that.
the
I've heard
big.
that. I don't believe that. Obviously.
There's a lot of things going around. People are saying a lot of different stuff. They're saying that it was a dude in the crowd. There was a guy with the 22 standing there. standing
My
close.
my
There's all kinds
favorite
of
was that Charlie got shot in the back clearly, and that he was shot by the guy in front of him in the bushes.
yeah.
The one thing,
Wait, that's
Incoherent.
not possible.
Totally
the
incoherent.
one thing I would like to know though, it's that every time there is a shooter, the FBI is like, oh, they were on our radar, we didn't do anything. I would just imagine that Lance Twiggs and Tyler were on their radar. I mean, whether they want to admit that, and I don't know that. I'm just purely speculating. I just feel like if they were in Discords talking about this, and I do think that he talked about it with
Dude, I
somebody.
feel like this is naturally up your alley, though. I mean, didn't you
luxuries
hear that
talking
Charlie
about
Kirk was turning on Israel, and Israel had every incentive to go after him? I mean, I